Hey, y'all, welcome to Late Night with Bridget and Holly. I'm your host, Bridget.
And I'm your host, Holly.
And y'all, tonight's topic is old hobbies never die. But before we get into that, make sure you like, subscribe, hit the notification bell here on YouTube, and make sure you listen to us on any of your favorite podcast channels. If we're not there, you can email us at bridgetandholly@gmail.com, and I'll make sure to get us there. But before we get into that, Holly, how was your day?
Oh, wait, you talking to me?
Yeah, I'm
Are
talking to
you
you.
talking to me?
Yes, I'm talking to you.
My day was good. My day was good. Busy but good. We went and did a little bit of grocery shopping. I'm cooking.
Did you get you some broccoli?
Yes, I did. I got me 2 bags of broccoli, and I'm gonna roast it in my air fryer because that shit is delicious,
Mm.
delicious. How was your day, Ben?
It's good. I had sandwiches for supper again.
Leftovers are the bomb. We all about some leftovers, honey. All
No, no,
about it.
I don't. I really don't eat leftovers, but no, I'm just kidding. Anyhow,
We do.
so let's
It's as
talk
good as
about
all.
hobbies never die. So y'all, what this topic basically is tonight is how we tend to have these repeat hobbies, and we do them for a while, and we like go ham with it. Then we back off of it for a while, but we always seem to come back to those same favorite hobbies. Now, for me, my hobbies are I love playing on my iPad. I love playing Jungle Gym, Canasta, Backgammon, and Rummikub. Those
I
are my
think that's
favorite
a
games.
hobby that we don't never take time from.
I know. I don't think that I've ever took a break from that. Not
I've
now.
taken a
I
break
might
from
not get
certain
to.
games, but
Yeah.
never mind, except for that one period where I went without an iPad for a little while.
Yeah. Yeah. And then coloring. Now, I've noticed in my life with coloring, like I will go color, 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 color for months, and then I'll stop doing it for 3 or 4 months or 6 months. I've even stopped for as much as a year before, but I always find my way back to coloring.
Color is my heart. It's my passion. It's so nice to have somebody to share that passion with me as much as I have it.
Hmm.
Because I ask some of my other friends, like let's color. Like, it's pretty, and I want to do it. I just don't know if I have the patience. It's so relaxing. It's so relaxing.
How do you have to have patience to color?
I don't know, especially like the wild detail ones. But, I mean, like these little books that, we get just to have fun with. These are just cute and simple, y'all. Don't take but a couple of minutes. Well, we say it takes a couple of minutes, but me and Bridget are very detailed and we like to go the extra mile. That's just how we are. So it takes us just a little bit longer, not too much longer. But I mean, I think coloring is just so unique because you get to express your creativity in this. You're making a picture come to life. It's going from black and white to a world full of vibrant colors.
But and the thing about it, and I think we've talked about this before, but you could take that same picture, do photocopies of it, and hand it out to 20 people, and you would have 20 different versions of it.
20 different versions of it. Yes, you
Yeah.
would. Hands down, you
No
would.
two people will come up exactly the same.
Uh-uh.
So we got that hobby, and we'll keep coming back to color. We'll talk about that more. But I'm trying to think bowling. Bowling for me is a hobby that I do. You noticed last year I didn't
Oh,
wasn't on the
you didn't
bowling
bowl
league.
at all, boil. You didn't bowl at all, last year or this year.
Mm-mm. So what I do with bowling is it's funny because let's go back to my 20s. That's the first bowling league I had ever bowled on. And we bowled for like 5 or 6 seasons, so which would be years. And then I took a break from it for like 10 years and then I went back to it again for a few years. And I took a break from it for 2 or 3 years and I went back to I always find my way back to bowling too. And it's
Right.
like every time I go back, I'm like, oh my God, I'd never want to quit doing this again. This is so fun. But then I get
Yep.
burnt out again. I get burnt out
And
again.
I get like that with so many things. Like, I'm, got my little business, Holly Hobby Designs. I've not talked about it much, but I'm still doing my bracelets, my pins, my badge reels. I'm not going hot and heavy with it. It's not that I'm not. There's other things that I enjoy that I want to still do. And right now it's kind of just request and for holidays and everything. And, once I get certain things lined up, I'll be going really balls to the walls with it. But I still do it. I don't do it every single day like I was doing it, but at least once a week I sit down at my station and craft and stuff because I love making things, and I think that's why I like coloring so much because I love making a picture look really pretty and come to life. So I don't know, I love having that passion in me where I want to make something. Even with my
Yeah.
cooking, I'm the same way with my cooking. When I cook, you know how they say like cook with love. I really, really do. Like I don't half-ass any of my cooking. I mean, I just don't. If it's calling for just hot dogs, I go a little
You gonna
above
put
and
some broccoli with it?
beyond. Right, like that's my extra spin. That's my extra love that I'm putting on that spin. You know what I mean, on
Yeah.
that shit.
Hot
But
dogs and
I
broccoli
do
for supper
every
tonight, y'all.
right. But I do everything with a passion. I'll give 110% to it. Did you freeze?
No, did
Oh,
you?
okay. I don't know. It looked like you did because I didn't see your head moving. It was just like,
Oh,
yeah, for a split second. You might have just been being really, really still.
so
Really, really
so
still.
I get what you're saying. So, and you consider cooking a hobby? That's funny because I cooking for me, I enjoy it, but I wouldn't say it's one. I have to be in the mood to cook. First of all, I have to be
I
in the
think my
mood to cook.
baking is a hobby. I don't think my cooking kind of is a hobby. I
Oh,
call my cooking is more crafty. I
oh
call
yeah.
it being crafty, but my
I
baking,
would,
now
I
that
would,
is one of my hobbies. Baking
I
is
would
a
call
hobby.
your cooking crafty as well. I'm giving you a hard time,
Yes.
but I would because we're gonna have hot dogs, broccoli, and turkey gravy.
Yes. Put that turkey gravy on it. Look, I gotta tell you something real quick. This is so funny. Um, when Jason was with his first wife and she was pregnant, you know how they say men get like pregnant symptoms as well. And he had them and he was addicted to eating hot dogs with a Kit Kat in it. He would put the hot dog on the bun and put two pieces of the Kit Kat in with it and eat it together. Yep.
Alrighty then. Well, well, that's another subject you got on there. But when you talk about the man having the woman's symptoms, I can tell you women on here, any of you women who are planning on getting pregnant and you want your man to have all the symptoms, I can tell you the trick to make that happen. And that is when you find out you're pregnant, wake up and climb over him in the bed and get out on his side of the bed when you climb over him, and he'll have all the symptoms. I didn't believe it, but
Really?
I thought it was no wives' tale, but check this out. And you can ask Mr. Ronnie. I did that to him. Now, you don't tell him that's what you're doing. You don't even
Uh,
admit that that's what you've done. But one morning I woke up and I said, oh, because I had just found out I was pregnant like the day or so before. And I said, oh my gosh, I got a potty. And I climbed over him to get out and use the bathroom. And he goes, what are you coming out my side for? I said, I don't know. I just acted dumb about it. And then from that point forward, I never had another day of morning sickness, but he was in the bathroom throwing up every day.
oh my God.
I
That
never
is
had any
insane.
any pains with the pregnancy, like sometimes you'll have back pain and stuff. He'd come home and go, "Oh my God, my back's killing me today." And you are not going to believe this, but I swear to God, the day I had Brittany, he woke up and he was like, "Whew." He said, I feel like I'm having contraction pains. He said, we're going to have this baby today. And I said, no, we're not. I was sitting there playing cards, eating snacks. And he kept holding his stomach. And he said, I'm telling you, my stomach's cramping. He said, oh. And he would stop for a little while and stuff. He said, babe, he said, if we don't have this kid today, I don't know what's going to happen. He said, I can't keep going through this. Swear to God, that night at 9 o'clock, I had her. I
Oh
shit you
my
not. And
God. So he was
he
right.
had labor pains all day.
Oh, poor Mr. Rod. I mean, poor you too, but God, poor Mr. Roddy.
But now it's funny because I told my daughter about it, and she's gonna if she ever gets pregnant, she's gonna try it on her boyfriend and see how that works. Which that's
Yeah,
her
she so
fiance
should do
now.
that to
But
him. That would be
hmm
hilarious. Oh my
So
God,
I'll
that would
let
be
you
so
know if it
funny.
works for them too, but I just wanted
Yeah,
to share
let me
that with you.
know. Because that's
Yeah,
crazy. I've never heard of that. Because I've always
it
wondered
is.
how that does happen, how they end up getting the symptoms that, we as women have. Like, it's crazy. It's crazy.
They call them sympathy symptoms is what they call them. They claim that the
Oh,
man has sympathy for the woman, and because he does, he's able to carry some of her, you know. And I never believed that to be true until I did it myself. And I never, like, I had morning sickness every morning. After I climbed over him, I never had it another morning. He had it every morning for like 3 weeks.
doesn't that make you wonder how that happens?
I know. I don't know. It is weird.
That's the
It is
damnedest
weird.
thing.
But
Yeah.
you can ask him. He will tell you that he was so sick. He had the morning sickness. He had the cramps the whole time I was pregnant. He had the weight gain. He had more weight gain than I did.
Oh my God. I can't picture Mr. Ronnie with like a round pot belly. And
I
that looking
only
like he's ready to give birth.
I only gained, let's see, when we got together, he was 180 pounds, and I was like 200, something like that. And when I had her, I was 220, and he was 230. He went from 180
What?
to 230. Yes.
Oh my God. And was he eating crazy stuff like you were too? Like having the weird
Yes.
cravings?
Yes.
What
Now
was
he
the
wouldn't.
weirdest craving that you had when you were pregnant with your kids?
Uh,
Like, did you have one for each one? Like,
yes. With my son Wesley, it was Reese cups, and he loves Reese cups to this day. With my son Brandon, it was red Doritos, and
oh
with
my
Brit,
God.
yeah, and with Brittany, it was calabash shrimp.
And she loves shrimp and he.
She's not as crazy about. I mean, she likes calabash shrimp, but it's not like one of her favorite things. For my boys, the Doritos and the Reese cups are their favorite. Like Wesley he'll eat 20 Reese cups if you let him. Mm-hmm.
That's so funny.
It is. It
Well,
is.
at
So,
least
what
you didn't
other
have
hot
nothing weird like people craving paint chips or sardines and ice cream. Like,
or Tide Pods and shit?
yeah, like thank God for that. Sorry, I
Well,
scratched
I remember
myself.
being pregnant and them asking me. They said that every time I'd go to the doctor, they would ask me, "Have you had any weird cravings?" And I would think, and I'd say, "No, like what?" And they'd say, "Are you wanting to drink bleach? Are you wanting to eat?"
Yeah,
I'm like, "Well, who the fuck wants to drink bleach when they're
honey,
pregnant?"
that'll be your last damn drink of bleach if you do that.
Yeah, I know, but they said people like to do stuff like that. They'll crave that stuff. It's
Well, I mean,
weird.
yeah, that's true. Same with the paint chips.
Yeah.
Like,
So,
that's
okay, so back to the hobbies. Do you
crazy.
have so you got you okay, you consider cooking a hobby or baking. You love coloring. I would say another one of your hobbies is watching TV.
Oh, I don't call that a hobby.
You don't?
Mm. I
I
call
don't
reading
watch
a
TV.
hobby,
You
but
do?
not watching TV. And I know that's weird, ain't it?
Yeah, because I think watching TV is a hobby. It's
Really?
a hobby that a lot of people do. Now I don't. I don't tend to. I very once in a blue moon. That tonight, me sitting there watching Scrabble with my daughter was the first time I've really turned the TV on and watched it. Aside for the election, in
Right.
forever, in
I would
forever.
call watching TV more of an interest because you're
Well,
watching like documentaries and all these murder mystery shows, the news, comedy shows, drama. Like, I don't know. I wouldn't. I don't know. I ain't never heard anybody say that watching TV is considered a hobby, but you.
maybe it's because I don't do very
I
much
think
of it.
it's
I
a
guess.
lifestyle. That's
Do you
probably a
think?
better way to put it.
Do you think getting in the car and just riding is a hobby?
Yeah, going riding, I think that's a hobby. Because me and
Yeah,
JoJo do that all the time. We like to get in the car, go riding and jam and listen to music. We call
yeah.
that a hobby because it's just fun and because I think listening to music as well, like I think that can be considered a hobby or can be considered just a lifestyle. Like you're a musical person and
Hmm.
you know what I mean? Like I don't know. I think it's just weird. Like so many things can be labeled as a hobby. Like I wish that Like for example, I wish that Jason would make taking out the trash a hobby.
A hobby. That would be a good one.
I
That'd be a good
felt
hobby,
something about.
Jason. Well,
Now
you
he did
know,
his hobby the other night, but I had to remind him about it. So I mean,
and you know, there's. Do you have any? Do you have any interest or hobbies that you've like dove into and you purchased a bunch of stuff for, but then you never started it?
no, because everything that I have done that with, I have done. Like I used to make cups, and I did that for a couple of years. And my bracelets and stuff, I've always done that since I was like 15. But the pins and the badge reels are new. But it's still a part of that because it's all beads. And there's so much now that I can explore with beads, which I wish was a thing back then, but of course it just wasn't. But no, there's everything that I've bought money on and done. I've the only thing I've not revisited was the cups because when you're doing cups, like I had the cricket and everything. First of all, vinyl is a bitch. Now there's sublimation and DT, DVT or DTF, digital transfers, whatever, and you just heat press them on. But when you do cups and you use vinyl in certain things, you have to epoxy it, and that shit is so strong. But epoxies come a little bit more, I get not evolved, but I guess a little bit better along the way. But that shit is just it's toxic too. And once you start using it in your house, it's hard to get that odor out. It takes forever. But
Mm,
the cups is the only thing I've not revisited
mm,
because of that. But I will now with me doing sublimation and the digital transfers because you just slap that shit on the cup and you good to go. But that's about the only hobby. What about you? Is there anything that you used to go hot and heavy with and spend all this money in and never went back to?
yeah, and I still buy it to this day. I bought some here about 2 weeks ago, and that's the
Diamond
diamond
painting.
art. The
I
diamond
knew
art.
you was gonna say that. And
I've
we
bought
even
tons of
bought
them,
us
but I've
one
never even
together.
done one. Huh?
Or no, we bought us a colored by numbers that we ain't done yet. We need to do that.
Yeah.
We
Oh,
need to
girl,
do that.
listen. I'm gonna send it to you on Amazon. There's a book called Quest, and what it has, it's little dots. It's a bunch of little dots,
Uh-huh.
but like they're numbered. And then there's a color key where it says, all ones color this color, and you fill in these little dots, and then they come together and make a picture.
I've seen those because I got a Disney one in my cart.
Okay.
But send me the one that you got, and we'll do it. We'll do it together. I've
Yeah.
got a Disney one in my cart because Ariel's on the cover of it. They're
Okay.
expensive, but you get a lot to go with it, or a lot of
Yeah.
pictures to color,
Yeah.
is what
But
they
yeah,
say.
I would say that one, and I'm trying to think. Now, I used to make the friendship bracelets back in the day. Oh, and I love to crochet. I have not got back
Oh,
into that.
I've spent some stuff on crocheting. Um, Back in the day, not a lot, just a little, like under 100. And me and JoJo wanted to crochet. This was earlier this year, and I spent a little bit of money under 100. And she wanted to do it, and I wanted to do it. She was doing it for a little bit. She quit with it. I didn't ever start with it because I just can't. For me to love to craft and do shit, I cannot catch on to that knit one pearl two shit. Or
Really?
I mean, I know I said knitting, but yeah, like and I can't even knit. I can't knit or crochet. I can barely
Yeah.
sew.
Yeah. Yeah, I've done that. And the only other thing that I bought that I tried, and it's like I couldn't catch on to it, was quilting.
Oh, I've never tackled that, but I've always wanted to do that. I've
Yeah.
always wanted to make quilts. Now I used to make pillows when I had a sewing machine. I used to make pillows and I had fun doing it. And that was short lived too.
Yeah. Yeah, I used to make pillows, but I would hand sew them. And then, because I can't sew with a sewing machine, I don't know how to sew with a sewing machine.
It is difficult. Like I once you get it going, you're good to go. But I would have a little hiccup here and there. But for the most part, once you get your stream going, it does pretty good. Mine was like turning to angles. Like when you keep going to, I'd fuck that up.
I know, but there's a lot. But now I would like to take a sewing class because I really would like to
Same.
start sewing some quilts and stuff like that.
I want to learn how to paint because I love
Hmm.
to color. I
Hmm.
would love to be able to just get a huge canvas and paint a beautiful sunset with the ocean on the sand. Like I got the concept of it and I can see it in my head, but I would love to take a class to learn how to do that.
A
I
painting
really, really,
class.
really would. Yep. I
Yeah,
think that'd
because
be
you
so cool.
remember now. I've took those painting classes before, like me and Mr. Ronnie did last year for
And you and
Halloween.
Cece did too.
Yeah, and we painted those pictures. So yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Y'all let us know.
Well,
Y'all let us know in the comments if, are there hobbies that y'all went, balls to the walls with and quit with them and revisited them? Or are there hobbies, that you've done, spent all this money on and just left it alone?
yeah.
And it can't
Or
just
is
be us. I think it's everybody.
Yeah, and or is there a hobby that you do on a regular basis that you just absolutely love, like, and you've never put it down? You continue
Yeah.
to do it all the time. We want to know.
Or
Definitely leave
is
it in the
there a
comments for
hobby?
us.
Yeah. Or is there a hobby that you want to do?
Yeah,
But you're too scared to do it, and want to
yeah.
take that first step, and say, hey, I'm gonna fucking take me a pottery class, and my husband's gonna get behind me like Patrick Swayze did with Demi Moore and Ghost, and we gonna spin us a bow.
I never saw that movie.
Bitch, bye. Y'all, we'll catch you on the next one, and we love you.
He'll leave you by.